Does planet Earth always look the same or does it change? Does erosion happen the same way every time? What does the Earth look like when water causes erosion? This is our work this week. We are learning about erosion. That's when water can move rocks and sand away from one place to another. You have two choices for erosion. You can do an experiment at home or you can do a phone a friend board. The phone a friend board means each person fills two squares and you call up different grown-ups and ask them questions about science. The goal is to call and talk to people about science. Call a grandma, call an aunt, call an uncle, call a friend you don't talk to very often. Anyone except for fifth graders at Horace Mann. You have the correct answers, so you ask people about the science idea, and if they can answer correctly, you put their name on the form. Each person can only fill two squares. Choice 2 is to do an erosion experiment at home, and it can get a little messy, but there are 4 different options and ideas for you to try. If you do both options, Miss Bush will find a way to thank you as a super scientist. This is an experiment you can do in your own kitchen. You need a cookie sheet and you can pretend it's planet Earth. You can put it at an angle in a sink, and that's a hill on planet Earth. And you can put some flour or something else from your kitchen like sugar on it, and we can pretend that that is sand or soil. Pretend that the water from the sink is the rain. Pretend that the flour that moves away is the erosion. And this is how rivers and different things really do form on the earth. But this is an experiment we can pretend at home. Have you seen the movie Ice Age? It's about a glacier and how glaciers melt and change the earth. And it's about other things too. But glaciers are real things and they cause a lot of erosion. They're big, huge things of ice, rivers of ice, people call them. So I made a glacier at my house and I used ice cubes on the cookie sheet. And as the ice cubes melted, they caused erosion. The melting ice cubes made big holes that were more like lakes, and they made a big hill. Making a mess in your kitchen is not the only way to study erosion. You can try something similar with sand or soil outside in your backyard. There's lots of different ways to build it and create it. You can even try to save some buildings from erosion. Here you can see we're pouring water onto sand and we're forming a river. It's better if you pour the water in the same place the whole time. But as we pour water, it's causing erosion. In this video, you can see we created 2 or 4 houses, 2 on each tray. And then we started the rain. And we watched how did the erosion affect the houses, which were lived in by Lego people. Once you do that, you can try to save the houses by engineering with sticks and other things to see if you can save the houses from erosion. There's lots of ways to study erosion in your backyard, but I always think saving the houses is the most fun. 5th grade, our big question is, does planet Earth always look the same or does it change? You can study erosion with a phone a friend board, or you can study it by doing your own experiments. Have fun learning this week. I'm thinking of ways to thank super scientists who do both activities. So think about that. Miss Bush wants to thank you. And one last thing. Hello, it's Miss Bush, your very best science teacher. If you don't do your work, I'll sing the song again. Hello, it's Miss Bush, your very best science teacher. If you don't do your work, I'll sing the song again.